in this chair. In just a second, we're going to have the president and CEO of the Cliburn, and here he is, just a second. Jacques Marquis, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is your first amateur competition.
This is
right?
the first one.
How do you think it's different from the professional competition or any of our other products, like the junior, the professional? How is this different? How does this feel differently to you?
I run the same.
Right.
For every one of them. The amateur competition, it's one of the main goal of the Cliburn is to share the music with everyone.
Right.
We're increasing the programs to go in community concerts and to different places to reach out to the people. And now the people is reaching out to us.
Which is great.
Which is fun. Then they are part of it because they love the piano, they love the music, and they are the messenger. For once, the people are on the stage to share with other people.
Right.
And I think we can reach out to other audiences when we do something like that. Which is different than the junior, which it's another ball game, and the big competition, which is, as you know, another thing.
Another big ball game.
And another thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our Cliburn family, for instance, because we talk a lot in the office and in meetings about expanding our Cliburn family. And what I'm thinking of here particularly is the jury that we select for these competitions. So we have new members to our Cliburn family this time.
Yes.
Who are they? Tell us a little bit about them.
I like to expand the jury. You know, on a 4-year cycle now, with the junior competition and the amateur competition and the main competition, we are managing 24 jurors.
Right.
Then that's pretty interesting because I think that every time we do that, we are developing a champion of the Cliburn because they like us.
Right. How can they not?
How can they not like us? And we're increasing our international network. And also it's good for me because I like to be in contact with them and to see how they think about a competition and how they address an amateur competition, a professional competition. And we talked about conductors and rounds and rep. Then it's a lot of information that I can get from these people. And when I like to meet them, after that I can invite them to other competitions.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit, as far as you can, about jury voting. How does that work in this competition?
Easy process, and this is the same process for the junior, for the amateur, and the main one. And we're getting good at it because we're doing it more and more. Essentially, it's a yes/no process. Do you want to see the next competitor in the next round? Yes or no? Do you want to listen to him again? You know? Then will you buy a ticket to listen to him?
Very important. Very important.
Then after that they have to choose. Then we have the first round, almost 70 competitors, and they will have tonight, after the last one, they will have to choose 30 names. To go to the next round, and 5 maybes. The maybes are there to untie the ties.
Right.
Yes, and after that it go like this from rounds to round, 30 to 12, 12 to 6. Then it's pretty simple, and the jurors love it because there's no discussion, there's no deliberation.
There's just voting.
Only voting, and they give you on the sheet and. It's done, and
it's clean.
It's clean.
It's a clean process.
Yes.
You know, one of your big innovations that we tried for the first time last year in the junior competition was this idea of quarterfinals. We had never done that here in Fort Worth before. We had gone right from preliminaries to a huge big drop to 12 people. So, what are your feelings about having a quarterfinal? Did you want to have a sort of intermediate stage before it dropped to 12 or 6 or?
I like them to play a little bit more all the time. You know, we can narrow it down. Everything is what we do is a big funnel. You know,
right.
And we have 200 candidates, and we go to 125, and we go to 60, and we go to 30, and we have to think of every rounds that give information to the jury members.
Right.
And then now they have 8 to 10 minutes to make, it's about 10 minutes to make their mind on the next round. And we will give them to 15 to 18 minutes the next round. Then they will have in total for the first 2 rounds, 25, 30 minutes. And every time you add a round, the people had to have more repertoire, rep. And at this point, you can notice the one who are more, that the rep is more deeply learned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I say that? Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
You know, and what I've found in this preliminary round that is so interesting is, 8 to 10 minutes. That's what we've told them
Yeah.
they have to. But they bring such interesting choices to the process. Just even this morning, you get these very interesting choices, like to play the Ravel fugue, and then very
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting. That's a very two different sides of Ravel, or a single work, or something by Scriabin and then Rachmaninoff. If you get all or Mendelssohn variations.
Yes,
just
yes.
That. So they're trying to show
Dornani
you who
yesterday
they
with
are.
Back in Dornani. And,
Right.
and
That was great. That was
interesting.
Tessa Knight.
And what's interesting with the amateur, I think they bring more out of the mainstream repertoire. They're trying more stuff.
They are.
With
They're trying a
the
lot
junior,
more
with
stuff.
junior, they are there for the junior, and they're
The
trying
correct thing.
the correct thing, and the big competition. We know how it goes, and there's so much repertoire. But for the amateur, they're trying a lot of new stuff, which is very interesting.
And I think so many of them are looking forward to the possibility of playing with the Fort Worth Symphony in the final round. That's another of your innovations.
Yes,
this time we've never done that before.
I think this is. I think this is a trail. Very fun. Imagine you are a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, a teacher, a mom at home,
Right.
and you have the chance to play with a great orchestra. Wow. I should begin to practice again.
You should. You should. You play so well in the office.
Yes,
you play so well in
sometimes.
the office. We're also going to have a celebrity conductor with us this time.
Yes,
Damon
and
Gupton.
that's a good thing because Damon Gupton, the conductor, is also a very active actor.
Right.
Then how cool, once again, is that you have people who they have a main work as profession, and suddenly they practice piano very intensely. He's an actor and a conductor, both very intensely.
Very high level.
And the orchestra love him, and you
We
know
do.
that.
We do.
And then I think it's going to be very fun to have this person there and to be part of this journey. With
Oh,
him.
yeah. I think so, too.
I think so.
All right. We'll talk to you again before this competition is over. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Buddy.
Jacques Marquis, the president and CEO of the Cliburn.